Mad cow disease, or Bovine Spongiform Encephalopathy, is a scary-sounding name for a scary disease. It's a fatal brain disorder that affects cattle. Imagine a sponge full of holes. That's what BSE does to a cow's brain. This disease is caused by something unusual, not a bacteria or a virus, but a prion. Prions are misfolded proteins that can trigger normal proteins in the brain to misfold too, leading to severe damage. The biggest concern with BSE is that it's not just an animal health issue. It can also affect humans. When humans consume contaminated beef, they can develop a variant of Creutzfeldt-Jakob Disease, a fatal brain disorder. The good news is that BSE is rare, thanks to strict regulations and surveillance. But it's crucial to understand this disease and how to prevent it. BSE is a slow and cruel disease. It can take months or even years for infected cattle to show symptoms, making it difficult to detect early on. Imagine a cow that was once healthy and strong, slowly losing coordination and becoming anxious. As the disease progresses, the cow may stumble, become aggressive, or exhibit strange behaviors. These changes occur because the prions are destroying brain tissue, leaving the cow with a spongy and damaged brain.
Unfortunately, there's no cure for BSE. Once symptoms appear, the disease is always fatal. This is why prevention is so crucial in protecting both animal and human health. Early detection is challenging but crucial. Farmers and veterinarians play a key role in identifying sick animals and preventing the spread of the disease.
The thought of eating contaminated meat is unsettling, but that's how humans can contract vCJD. This human form of the disease is caused by consuming beef products from cattle infected with BSE. Like BSE in cows, vCJD is a devastating neurological disorder. It causes a range of symptoms, including memory loss, personality changes, and difficulty with movement.
The good news is that vCJD is extremely rare. The strict measures implemented after the major BSE outbreaks in the 1980s and 1990s have significantly reduced the risk of transmission. However, it's still important to be aware of the risks. Choosing beef products from countries with strong food safety regulations is one way to minimize your risk.
Section 4. Echoes of Outbreaks Past, Lessons Learned. The world watched in horror during the 1980s and 1990s as BSE ravaged cattle herds, particularly in the United Kingdom.
The images of staggering cows and the growing number of human vCJD cases sent shockwaves through the global community. This crisis highlighted the interconnectedness of animal and human health.
It also exposed vulnerabilities in agricultural practices, particularly the use of contaminated feed. The lessons learned from these outbreaks were profound.
They led to a massive overhaul of the meat industry, with stricter regulations on feed production, animal testing, and meat processing. These measures have been largely successful in preventing further widespread outbreaks.
However, the memory of the BSE crisis serves as a stark reminder of the importance of vigilance and the need for ongoing research and surveillance. Section 5. Safeguarding our food. Regulatory measures in place. In the wake of the BSE crisis, governments and international organizations implemented strict regulations to prevent future outbreaks.
These measures focus on multiple stages of the food chain to minimize the risk of contamination. One crucial step was banning the use of animal byproducts in cattle feed. This practice, once commonplace, was identified as a major contributor to the spread of BSE.
Surveillance programs were established to monitor cattle herds for signs of BSE. These programs involved testing high-risk animals, such as older cattle, to detect the disease early on.
Additionally, strict protocols are in place for handling and processing cattle suspected of having BSE. These measures help prevent contaminated meat from entering the food supply.
While no system is foolproof, these layered safety nets have significantly reduced the risk of BSE and vCJD, making our food supply safer than ever before.